Yeah, she's got to make me think she loves me. Yeah. God, I love that song. Now, this is Clay from Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. You listen to a show on dealing with change. And from what I understand, we have somebody on the phone that wants to talk to me.
We do. A very important guest here.
I know, but does it has anything to do with what I might have said on the air or something?
Possibly.
Well, who might this be? Hello.
Well, my name's gotten thrown around an awful lot today.
Hi, Beth.
Hello.
Hello, Beth. What? Gee. Wow. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How about that? Is that good?
That's perfect. Perfect.
I'm on a roll today, aren't I?
You are. You
Yeah.
are. And, I was thinking about the topic today, and I wouldn't want you to think I have any experience with this at all.
No.
But have you ever met somebody who likes or actually starts and instigates change just for the sake of change? I mean, the person who rearranges their furniture every week and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, and I get that that's a light example, but my husband actually works for a company where they're constantly, like, restructuring teams and doing all sorts of stuff just because they can.
Yeah, okay.
Not because it's the efficient thing to do. So how do you handle that?
Well, I don't think there's a whole lot you can do about the company, but you can do something about your husband coming home and wanting to move what goes on in the company into the household.
Okay.
Okay, so what you can say is, hey, excuse me, but do you know something that I don't know about what's going on here, and therefore you think it ought to be changed? So if there's something that's going to change in how you interact with the members of the household or what's going on in the flow or the traffic of the house, like you get up, you have a morning traffic, you have a weekend traffic, but you understand what I mean by traffic? Things that you do that are kind of normal.
Yes.
Like you go to church on Sunday, Beth,
Yes.
and you get up and you get the girls ready, and and now you have this new car, and oh boy, now you can drive in the new car and do all this stuff. And but you have these ways of being, And you can get pretty, like you can assume these ways of being after a while. So change, sometimes it's good because it gets you, it wakes you up a little bit. It's like I said on the show earlier today about driving behind that couple of age, anyway, at 12 miles an hour, and how I was just hanging onto the edge. And then finally it just calmed down. And I actually saw some of the flowers on the bridge and some of the other things. And I went, oh, this is cool.
Right.
You get the point?
Yeah, I do.
All right. But it's like who do I have to be to get what I don't know? And the who you have to be to get what you don't know is give up knowing. You understand? Because like you said on many other shows before, you said, every time you think you know something, learning stops.
Yeah.
So you don't want to stop change, but you want to look at it and make sure it's not just making a job doing one. So it's a balancing act, Beth,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right?
No,
and especially if you, okay, I'm going to say this only once. If your husband comes home and he's still in charge because he's in charge at work, you got to kind of let him transfer into not being in charge at home slowly. You know what I mean?
Don't pull the rug out.
Yeah, don't hurt the poor boy, okay? Don't make him cut the lawn 4 times. Get out there and cut that lawn again. I'm tired of you.
I can say something, but I probably better not.
Probably better not. We're going to get in so much trouble today. It's going to be unreal. It's cool. You ought to call in more often, man. We could have a full hour show, just you and I talk about whatever we want.
Well, if people could be a fly listening to some of our conversations we have in the morning calls, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, we're dealing with, 80 to 90 people, plus thousands of people we talk to, plus all the articles you write, plus all the books we're doing, plus all the speeches we give. And it's all about what's on this radio show.
It is, every last bit of it.
I mean, it's just a dance. And I got to tell you, on the air, you are a pleasure to work with, honey.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Okay, so just remember, Clay is perfect. Sing the song. Okay,
Clay is perfect.
Yes.
Clay is perfect.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Oh, my gosh. She actually did it.
Take care, Beth.
See ya.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
Wow, she's yet another force behind the incredible Clay Nelson life balance.
Tell you, I am just one lucky human being.
Yes,
man.
you
I've got
are.
two of the best women in the whole wide world. Actually, 3. I've got another woman at home and a son, too. Oh, wow. Okay, now, the name of the show is Dealing with Change. I got to tell you, having Beth on the air just now, just Beth and I like that, we should think about doing something. We should think about having her on the show, like, being a partner on the show with you.
Well, I bet, I mean, you're right there on the front lines, and I mean, I know she is too a lot of the time, but it's probably very interesting to kind of what her observations are of your experiences.
Well, I got to tell you, I am as successful today because of Susan and Beth as anybody could be, because for some reason I've been smart enough to ask them, well, what do you think, and what do you see, and how did you hear that? And so it's not just about me, So it's about people I trust. And they're telling me, Clay, you can't do it that way. You have to do it this way. So I have to look at it from a place of, let me see now, how do I get the best job done with the least amount of energy? And they show me how to do that. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's really cool.
No, with your intuitive sense, like you have it, I mean, it's really quite strong.
Well, thank you.
And with us,
that's a team with
team.
lists.
And one of the team members I'm married to. Now, so let's get back to the show here now. It's not the Clay Nelson's Great Show. This is Mastering Change, okay? So where we are is, in Mastering of Change, you have to understand, one, change is going to happen. Two, you're the only person who has a say in how you deal with it. And three, it's nobody else's fault if you choose not to. It's only yours, okay? So what do? How do we be an emissary of change, all right? You have to be really in touch with how you deal with others, all right? You have to give up knowing, because knowing is where learning stops, all right? You have to get rid of the land of I'll get to it. Like, okay, yeah, I know. Okay, I will. Oh, don't worry. Yep, I know about that. Yep. All right, being a master of change means, oh, okay, I get it. I not only get it, I'm going to implement it right now. If you find yourself, you're saying you're going to get to it, guess what? You're checking out on who you need to be to let the change happen, all right? You're lacking commitment. Fear stops you. I mean, I'm just putting a whole PowerPoint presentation together. I'm going to go to Florida and give a talk to 10,000 people, and it's all about dealing with change. It's all about taking the game of life and learning to laugh at it and with it instead of getting used by it, okay? So if you're lacking commitment, if you're lacking the ability to change, what do? Where do you go, all right? What do you do when you find yourself stopped? What do you do when you're sitting around going, life just sucks, and I'm not having any fun in it, and this is the way it is, and I built it this way, and I'm not changing it because I'm in control.
And this is what I know.
This is what I know. And bah humbug. Let's eat worms, roll over, and die.
Worms, they're what's for dinner.
Worms, yeah. Okay, so now when you're inside of that which needs to be changed, it's difficult for anybody else but for you to see it. So you have to kind of plant the seed, not drop the tree on people. I'm going to say that again. You got to plant the seed and not drop the tree on people that, hey, guess what? We might need to change a few things, and what do you think about this, that, and the other thing? So it's all about getting to a place where I call opportunity. Change, instead of being fear-filled and something you resist that's going to happen anyway, change could bring on opportunities. So it changes you from I don't want to, I can't, I'm going to force it so I don't have to. You could go to a place called, who do I have to be so I could have this change happen and I win and everybody around me wins? Or how about this? Who would I have to be to have this change happen and have be the smallest amount of change I'd have to deal with? I mean, that's pretty smart, isn't it?
Well, and sometimes when change happens, it's not about going forward with what plan you're in action about. It could be changing a whole other direction.
Yeah, think about this. Have you ever looked through one of those kaleidoscope things? It goes, you turn it, and what happens if you look? You know how when you look at it and you just turn it like a quarter of an inch, and all of a sudden everything changes. All right, so you don't have to turn the whole world upside down. All you have to do is just go click.
Just turn it a quarter of an inch.
Yeah. All right, I've got to go on another. Wow, where did this show go? I got to go on another break, and we got to change this. I need a 3-hour show. Okay, I got to go on another break. This is Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. You're having the show called Dealing with Change, and man, we've had a blast here today. Get on back here, and I got some closing comments to make that I'm sure you're going to go, wow, what a guy.
Yes,